You finished class 10 and chose commerce. And you don't want to mess up your class 11, right? Same, but there are some mistakes students make in 11th without even realizing. I made a few of them too. In this video, I'll share those mistakes, my exam experience, and the marks I got, so you don't repeat them. You took commerce, so I'm thinking you already know the subjects. But if you don't, there are 4 main subjects: accountancy, economics, business studies, and English, plus optional subjects. I picked PE, like every person. I also ignored PE, yoga, and English, and kept them for exam gap days. Well, it was not a bad idea, but not a good idea either. I'll tell you why later. Now let's focus on accountancy, the subject that people are scared of. As soon as I got my books, I started studying accountancy. But did it help? Well, yes and no. Let me tell you why. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I don't understand things if I study them too early. Confused? Let me explain. I studied the same material so many times during vacation, but I didn't understand the concepts. But the same material suddenly makes sense one night before the exam, and then I just sit there thinking, I could have done so much better if I had more time. This literally happened in my class 10 as well. I spent months studying maths. Even during gap days nothing made sense. But one night before the exam, everything clicked. But I didn't have enough time. Still, somehow I passed. So during my class 11 exams, I was very relaxed. I thought, the syllabus will come, I've already studied everything. I'll just revise the chapters and get good marks. But then, I got the syllabus, and it was the whole book. I got the exam dates, but I didn't know which exam was first. So I waited for 1 to 2 days thinking the timetable would come. It didn't. Then I asked a classmate, and that's when I found out. Full syllabus plus accountancy is the first exam. I literally wasted 2 days. Now I only had about 1 week for the whole book, and I'm already weak in maths. I was so anxious, what am I going to do? But honestly, I just studied as much as I could. Exam day, when I got the paper, I was actually happy, because I knew almost the entire paper. Except one question. It was easy, but also very lengthy, and that's where I messed up. Even though I knew everything, I couldn't complete it. I left many calculations, and I spent too much time making boxes. Like after MCQs, half my time went into making formats. So after listening to my story, I think you already know what not to do. But if you are not nerdy enough to understand, let me summarize. Practice making formats boxes, so you don't waste time in the exam. Improve your calculation speed, because it will help you in the future too. Practice questions with a timer, so you don't mess up like me even after knowing everything. Lastly, let me recommend the teachers I studied from. I'm a bit weird, I can't study from just one teacher. I need variety in everything. Every teacher is good, you just need to choose the one you understand best. In the beginning, I studied from Rajat sir. When I started commerce and watched his videos, it felt like he opened my brain and directly put the concepts in. I could understand everything in one go. Then I studied from Ushank sir. He also teaches really well. And lastly, the teacher who was literally my savior, Shivam sir from Physics Walla. At the last moment, I studied only from him, and finally understood everything. I highly recommend you check his videos. That's it for accountancy. If you're like me, and need different teachers for single subject, drop a wilted flower in the comments. Next was my economics exam. Honestly, I thought economics wasn't that difficult. I just don't understand the bookish language, it doesn't stay in my mind, and we can't even write in simple language in the exam. But I don't really consider it hard because most of the concepts are things we already use in daily life. It's just the bookish wording that makes it difficult to remember. During my exam, I was mostly worried about formulas and graphs, and I'm sure you will be too. So I highly recommend you watch videos from Next Topper and Love Kaushik. I ended up watching all 3 at the end. Like I said before, one teacher is not enough for me, so I used all of them, and you can too. Also, watch graph and formula videos multiple times so that you actually remember them. If you remember formulas and graphs, economics becomes very easy. Make a proper formula sheet too. It really helps, and economics is not actually hard if you revise it properly. BST, I studied it only in gap days too, and I don't really have any fancy advice for it. I just stick to the book. I don't watch YouTube for theory subjects, I just read and summarize it using ChatGPT. Sometimes on the way to school, I watch revision videos, and that's it. What advice can I even give for English? Honestly, I didn't even buy the English books in 10th and 11th. I just studied during gap days by watching animations, and of course, if you watch Dear Sir's live classes, English is done. For PE and yoga, I literally didn't even know the chapters until their exams. I didn't even have the books. And for yoga, there wasn't even a proper teacher. There was one, but you know me, I need different teachers to understand properly, so it was hard for me. But still, it was kind of okay. I don't know if it's right to say this, but I downloaded the yoga book from a website. I'll write it in the comment section so you can access it for free. From that book, I used to take screenshots, upload them in Gemini, summarize them, and just remember it. But honestly, this was a mistake. Avoiding optional subjects is not a good idea because they can easily increase your marks. They have fewer chapters and very simple language, so they're actually easy to score in. So I suggest you finish these subjects properly in advance. They will help boost your overall marks. That was my story. I hope I didn't miss anything because I'm very lazy when it comes to writing scripts. I hate it. I have so much to say, but when I actually sit to write, I end up cutting half of it automatically. And if you're wondering which books I used, for BST, Poonam Gandhi, for accountancy, T.S. Grewal, for economics, T.R. Jane, you can use them if you want. That's it for today. I'll be back again. Bye.